today. Jeff and Kerry McNally. Give us a handshake.
How are you, sir?
How are you? Good morning. Top of the morning to you.
Good day.
One thing for sure, no matter where we live, no matter what age, whatever, we need the lights to be on when we flick that switch. One of the things that we know full well is that as you know, technology has progressed, there's been huge leaps and bounds in the good old-fashioned light globe, and this deal is amazing. I was out yesterday, had a look and just saw one of these for $18.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a globe for $18. This pack from Whirlpool is amazing.
Yeah, here's what's interesting about the light bulb technology that we grew up with. Okay, this is an incandescent light bulb. This was developed in 1879 by Thomas Edison in a place called Menlo, New Jersey. Nothing's really changed until the 80s. Then you get this. This is a compact fluorescent light bulb. Now this will last you about, this right here will be about 7 to 11 months, and they'll blow out. They burn so hot, and we're gonna show you why they burn so hot. This is a compact fluorescent light bulb. This came around in the 80s, right? This has mercury in it. This is gonna last about 6 to 7 years, but it's a nightmare to dispose of. This is the future of light bulb technology. This is from Whirlpool, an iconic American brand that is now global. This light bulb will last you 22.8 years. But most importantly,
sorry, Kerry.
22.8
One light
years.
globe will last 22.8 years.
22, yes. But more importantly, it's going to save you 85% on the energy costs. Why is that? Because incandescent bulbs, which are being phased out, by the way, by the Energy Independence and Security Act, which was passed in 2007, they're being phased out because they burn so inefficiently. They waste 90% of the energy you spend on them in heat distribution. It's just that it's light. That's a byproduct of what they do.
Right.
That's why when you ladies were little girls, you had a little easy bake oven. It was a cardboard box, but you could bake in it. How could you bake in it? Because the light bulb inside it burned at 356 degrees Fahrenheit. If I touch this light bulb, I'm gonna get a 2nd degree burn on my hand.
That's amazing.
356. This is an LED light bulb from Whirlpool.
And it's actually brighter
take
too.
its temperature. Right, it's a soft, look at that, 90. It will never get above room temperature. That's why I can grab it with my hand, lift the actual lamp up, and if I touch this, I'm gonna get burned. Now here's the difference. This is so important. Here is an energy meter that is watching what the incandescent light bulb is doing. So this is pulling it just under 60 watts, which is what it's advertised for. Take a look at the LED from Whirlpool. Take a look at what it's pulling at.
Wow.
Less than, isn't that wild? I mean, less than 8.5 watts. I mean, we're talking 85%, and we have a still graphic that I want to show you guys. This will tell you exactly what you need to know about this value. When you purchase one of these packs, just one of them, you will save over $704.25. $704. So imagine buying something for 70 bucks, right? That's gonna save you 10 times the cost of what you spent. And a lot of folks will buy 2 or 3 sets of these because the average household has anywhere from 15 to 40 light bulbs. But think about that. Here's $700. Here's another $700. If you bought 3 packs, you're gonna save $2,100 in energy costs. And with that Energy Efficiency and Security Act, right there, yeah. So if you bought 3 packs, you're gonna save over $2,100. They burn cooler, and that's why they save so much money, because they use 85% less energy.
So in these packs, you're gonna get 5 of the 60 watt, and you're gonna get 1 of the 40 watt in this, and you have a choice of either bright or you have it in light. Think about this. This one globe right here with the technology, and this is wonderful, the world that we're living in here now in 2016. I mean, for all intents and purposes, the good old-fashioned light globe hasn't changed very much. Well, let me tell you, this is leaps and bounds. 22.8 years this will last. But not only that, you think, okay, I don't have to replace a light bulb for 22.8 years, I get it. But it'll save up to 85% of your electricity charge. Now, I just got an electricity bill just this past month. I was like, are you sure there's an extra decimal place in there? To think that I can run at 85% less power by using this globe. Still getting the illumination, not getting the heat though. You saw that difference in the heat. You're getting a pack of 6 of these. 5 60 watt, 1 40 watt, in your choice of either the bright or the lighter variation. But either way, in fact, the first thing I said, if you would have heard me, I said, these are the same wattage. This is actually, this is a brighter light. It's giving you more illumination.
It is, and it's a soft, warm, flattering light that you can work by, you can read by. It's dimmable, unlike incandescent bulbs. You can completely dim these light bulbs. And once again, they'll last 22.8 years. The other thing to think about too, Jeff, is we're tall guys. We can get up high.
Right.
But if you do not want to have to change
I can jump
the light
really
bulb,
high too.
That's true, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to change that light bulb that's recessed, that's way up high for another 2 decades. You don't have to change the light bulbs in your vanity for another 2 decades. When people call in, and this is a customer pick, by the way, people just absolutely love these light bulbs. They love the peace of mind that they're saving 85%. Every one of these packs is going to save you over $700 over the course of the next 2 decades in energy savings. But they also like the fact that they're not going to have to climb a ladder. They're not going to have to go up there for 2 decades. We have this really cool animation. Here's a child's bedroom, right? I'm a dad. I have a daughter. See the baby right underneath the light bulb?
Yeah.
Right. She's just come home from the hospital. You can see the same light bulb. Now watch what happens.
Happy 21st.
Right. Now she's a child, right? So she's a little kid. Now she is almost an adolescent. Now she's going off to college and to high school. And now here she is.
That is awesome.
Graduating from college.
That is awesome.
The same light bulb, and that's why people, they don't love these. They don't like them. They love them. And here, in any room in your house, whether it's outside, indoors, you talk about in your laundry room, we have about 15 to 40 light bulbs in the average household here in the United States. But when you're saving more than 80% on your energy costs, and can we show that slide again, guys? I'd really appreciate it. One of these packs, and a lot of folks, when they dial in, they say, oh my gosh, I get it. It's $70 for 6 light bulbs. That's a lot. That's 12 bucks or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, but you're going to save over 10 times what you're spending today.
Right.
Over the course of the life of these light bulbs. So if you got 3 packs, you're going to save $2,100. And as I said before, when you see a value that says 15% off or 30% off or 40%, you get excited. This is 85% off your energy costs.
You know what? If you sell your house, you can actually put into the contract that the globes are included in the purchase, because you're going to be saving them money as well. You should put on here a little date when you install one of these globes. Put a date on here, because to think that in over 20 years you're going to have to replace it, but better than that, the savings year after year, up to 85% saving. Now, this is a 60-watt globe, but guess what? It runs at like a 9-watt globe. I mean, you often hear us talking about running costs of electrical items here at HSN. We say, oh, it's about the cost of a 60-watt globe, 40-watt globe. Well, this is a 60-watt globe, but it runs at the power of a 9-watt globe, and normally that would be so dim you could barely use it. Now you've got beautiful, soft, illuminated light. You're getting a pack of 5 of the 60-watt. You're getting 1 40-watt, less than $70. And you know what? We're delivering it for free. We're doing flex pays available and give you a chance to be able to put it to the test and see how great this illumination is.
Yeah, and I know I got 30 seconds left, but here's again why. This is why incandescent bulbs are so inefficient, and this is why, because they run
dangerous.
hot. Yeah, and they blow up. They pop at about 11 months. Your LED will last 2 decades.
Kerry, thanks very much.
Thank you,
Kerry
sir.
will be back at 2 p.m. today. Stay on the phone lines and save yourself some serious money with this.